Us live from Britannia Secondary School this morning with more. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. As you can see, a number of teachers behind me here this morning, unfortunately not at work, but on the picket line as this labor dispute continues. Joining us live now is the president of the BCTF, Jim Eicher. Good morning. There's probably a number of parents watching this along with their kids, hoping, of course, they would be in school. They're not. What do you have to say to them? And is the BCTF working on a new proposal right now to get back at the bargaining table?
You know, the BCTF is always thinking of different ways on how we can get this bargain moving, whether it's a new proposal or new ideas. And, you know, I've been thinking about that not only today, but for days. But, you know, we can think of all sorts of new proposals, but what we need is government also to start showing some flexibility, that some compromise, that they're actually willing to move and that they're serious about getting this negotiated deal. And unfortunately, we haven't seen that from this government.
So right now you're not working on a new proposal, is that correct?
Right now I'm always thinking about new ideas and what we can propose at a bargaining table. But you know, if we can get back at the bargaining table, which we want to get back, we also need to get some indication from government that you know, they're thinking about the new proposals. They're thinking about how they can move also to put some new funding to get a negotiated agreement. You know, and you know, we've asked to meet with the Premier. You know, the Premier got involved in the truckers dispute, and these decisions that are being made where the BC bargaining team doesn't have real flexibility to get a deal done are coming out of the Premier's office. I think it's really important that the Premier get involved and have an opportunity to discuss the situation with her and see how we can get this moving.
Your message throughout this dispute has been that it's really about class size and composition. That's the big issue. Yes. But Peter Cameron, the government's chief negotiator, said after these recent talks that the stumbling blocks are wages and benefits. So isn't that what this is really about right now, at least according to the government?
Well, you know, that's according to government because they don't want to deal with the real issue. They have
What's the real issue?
They have E80 on the table where they want us to negotiate away our recent court victory and negotiate away our right to future court decisions, and we're just not going to do that. We spent 12 years in litigation, which was unfortunate. We've got 2 Supreme Court decisions where this government violated the Constitution and that they've been bargaining in bad faith with us, and that what they did was illegal, unconstitutional back in 2002.
But let me ask you this. I mean, the government says they're willing to discuss the class size and composition if the wages and benefits get solved. So wouldn't it make sense to maybe tackle that first, get a resolution to that, and then move on?
Well, our members are here on the line. And if we can actually resolve the issue of class size and class composition, then perhaps the whole issue of the wages and the small increase we're looking for in AHB and dental benefits. I mean, government has lumped our proposals into the term benefits, and that's so erroneous, because another critical issue for us is preparation time for our teachers, which is also a workload issue. But we need to resolve the issue of class size and class composition, and they refuse to discuss that in a meaningful way. All they're doing is saying, we're offering you the status quo. The status quo doesn't work. That's not what the court decision said, the status quo. So let's agree, drop E80 off the table, let the court wind through that whole process, and let's start talking about a fund on an interim basis while the courts deal with the other issue that puts some more money into the system. We've put $225 million in our proposal. Government hasn't come back with any proposal in terms of new money to address the needs. So let's resolve that issue, and the other issues will fall in place.
Okay. Thanks for joining us this morning. Jody?
All right, thanks so much, Greg Harper, reporting live for us this hour from Britannia High School in Vancouver with BCTF President Jim Eicher. Thanks, Greg.